Do Asian people love white people? And why are white people so popular in Asia? And who is this guy that got the most hate in Japan last week? Let's have a look. Hello world, this is Dean from Japan. How are you doing today? So today we are going to talk about Halloween. Halloween in the West is known as a time where adults can dress provocatively and get away with it. While in Japan, it is an excuse for paripi or party people to go wild, with Shibuya Halloween particularly getting a bad rep for it. However, this Halloween, people started talking about how much privilege white people get in Asia because of this one tweet that has over 300,000 likes. What do you think is the problem with this tweet? Well, this modern day Nietzsche, who goes by the name Yurie Collin, explains it for us, so let's have a watch.
Okay, you know how white guys are idolized in Japan?
She's already starting with a premise, but I would say that white people as a whole are respected and admired in Asia.
I'm about to sound really mean, and I'm so sorry to this poor guy I'm about to roast, but it's nothing personal.
Bloody liar, you just wanna be mean to someone. It is so obvious.
It's literally just a case study on how average white guys are idolized in Japan. So let's take a look at this tweet. It says, at Shibuya Halloween, Lord DiCaprio from Titanic was there. I totally forgot about Shibuya Halloween, and he was the most handsome. Okay, he's not bad looking, but Lord DiCaprio from Titanic, I'm sorry. They are dragging it.
Man, this girl is so resentful. Jesus, someone's got issues. But the original Japanese read DiCaprio-sama. And sama is an honorific given to someone with a higher rank. Japanese girls would refer to popular heartthrobs by adding sama, such as yon-sama. So this is an example of how a person would purposely mistranslate a text to be nasty towards someone online they've never met.
This guy looks so delicate and fragile with his rosy cheeks. I feel like he would have definitely fit on the board that Rose was on. Like, come on, there's definitely space for this guy.
And Asian girls as a whole are smaller and prefer guys with a smaller frame. Also, if you look at Japanese and K-pop stars, most of those guys have looks that would be considered gay or feminine in the West. I would say that this guy has the right looks to be popular in Asia. Different culture has different beauty standards, and by mocking his physique, saying that he's small, she's actually mocking Asian people without realizing it.
People are simping in the comments from the top. Excuse me, we don't follow each other. I saw this guy at Shinjuku Station today. I thought he was so handsome, so I remember him. He really is DiCaprio, heart eye, heart eye, heart eye. And then he identifies himself. He's like, it's me, and puts his Instagram. And then this person writes, your name is just too damn cool. Kevin Scott Watson. If I had known someone like that would have been there, I would have gone to Shibuya. He makes it so worthwhile. Oh my God, he looks like the real thing. So handsome. He's just as handsome as Leonardo DiCaprio. Okay, once again, I'm so sorry to Kevin. No offense. I'm sure you're a nice guy. This is not only hilarious because Japanese people idolize white people for no reason, but also they can't tell white people apart. Which is funny.
Wow, this girl is just so resentful. I feel disgusted just by watching her. The reactions by English speakers on Twitter to this photo are equally wholesome and loving. Hashtag sarcasm. Japan is the best place to be if you're an average white guy. This ugly ass white man. Women in this country who worship standard white men will never see the kingdom of God, I'm afraid. Oh my god, she sounds crazy. When you are a 6 in the West and 10 in Japan, LOL. I love how all these comments, except for one, are coming from people who can't even show their faces online. Yet they are judging somebody else's face. The online lynch mob continues on with this girl who can't show her face, saying, Japanese people adore white men so much so that they third wheel his girlfriend so that they can all take pics with him. I can't. Ugh. In all fairness, Titanic is more famous because of Leo than Kate Winslet. And although Kate is attractive, she doesn't really have a look that stands out. But before I go back to Kevin and the resentful girl, yes, white people as a whole get a lot of respect, attention, and admiration in Asia. I really noticed that my white friends get a lot more respect immediately in Asia, and I actually had an Asian American friend who was really resentful about this. At one point he was going on saying, "Ugh, my white friends get laid so much in Asia only because he's white. It's not fair. Asians love whites, ah!" But I think that's partially the local Asians' fault as well. If there's a subset of Asian population that loves white people, I think it's their fault as well. And I also don't really see the point of getting upset at things that you can't change. But what's happening here? Why do you think these things happen? The first reason is, of course, novelty. There aren't that many white people in Asia, and also there is more variance among white people as well. I am proud to be Asian. I love my Asian eyes and hair. But we only have two eye colors in Asia, brown and black. And in terms of hair color, it's almost only black. So you can understand why Asian people would find green, blue, and hazel eyes exotic. I remember reading this book by a Japanese author, and she meets a blonde, blue-eyed guy, and her reaction was, "Oh my god, his eyes are like marbles. How can he see anything with those?" But some of you might be going, well, what about Asians when they go abroad? I don't think Asians ever get the same treatment, even in places where there aren't that many Asians. I think it's because American and Western culture as a whole is the most mainstream in the world. Kids all over the world grow up watching Disney films, even in countries that have antagonistic relations with the US. I think Western families that show their kids Ghibli films have to be at least middle class. And because of this, white beauty standard is the norm at the moment. You could go to barbers even in some countryside in Asia, and they would be using Vidal Sassoon hair catalogs with white models. Another thing we have to remember is that whiteness is also associated with wealth. For example, when you think of the wealthiest person, who comes up in your mind? Elon Musk? Bill Gates? That turtle posing as a human being? Within the list of top 10 wealthiest people in the world, only 2 people are known white, and they are both from India. And we also assume that Westerners who can travel to Asia would have some kind of money. Some of you might still go, wait, what about all those oil tycoons in the Middle East? They are very wealthy. I think English-speaking countries and Western countries just seem more welcoming. Because if you want to break into the Middle Eastern oil industry as a foreigner, how would you go about doing it? You don't really hear about Japanese people becoming famous in non-English-speaking countries that much. Meanwhile, kawaii Japanese rock band Baby Mel sings in Japanese, and yet they are invited to all kinds of events overseas. And this is one of the reasons why people want to take photos with white people. So me personally, right? I think I look Asian or just exotic, but even then, when I go traveling in Asia, there are people who want to talk to me because I'm from Japan or because I'm fluent in English. I think when Asian people want to take photos with white people, it's partially to show that they are international. Because by appearing international, it shows that you are connected with success and wealth. Being able to go abroad, study foreign language, and having an international group of friends. You can only do that when you have a certain amount of wealth. So when people post pictures of themselves with white people, like with Kevin, it's because they want to look good to their friends on social media. So in this instance, white people are just used as props. In terms of people hating on Kevin, I really can't believe how nasty this girl is. And I am sick and tired of seeing all these resentful girls being nasty toward others on things like TikTok or Twitter. This is way too prevalent, and these people think it's okay to bully other people because they are a woman. they are the protected class. This is definitely becoming a societal trend where people are trying to play the victim to justify their bullying and awful behavior. I don't think this victimhood mentality has become prevalent in Japan yet. If you try to play this game, you'll get laughed at or ignored. Yurie is being nasty toward Kevin because it's socially acceptable to hate on white men today. But what if things change in the future? What if white people become the minority? Can Kevin now say crap about Yurie's physical features? Like how in some frames, because of the way her mouth and jaw are shaped, she kinda looks like that jigsaw mask from Seoul. It's something to think about. There are so many things that I can go on about this topic, but what did you guys think? Please let me know in the comments section. And before anyone accuses me of being a misogynist, I'm a gay man, so I can say anything I want. I'm a protected class. That's how this game works, right?